Welcome back to Love, Lies, and Lacefronts, where we do reactions, reviews, and commentary on the YouTube channels you love to watch. Guys, are you subscribed to this channel? If you're not, you need to be. Hit your notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a video, when I go live, and drop another video for you. Also, follow me on Instagram. That way you can keep up with what I'm doing, okay? If you enjoy channels like this and commentary, consider becoming a member. Otherwise, guys, BougieGang Gang, it's an open thing. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel so you can participate in the chats. And I will see you next time I hit that live button. Okay? Take care. Bye. Hey guys, how are you?
You could be doing opposed to being on my page, bitch. Cause I ain't got nothing for you nothing ass bitches.
Happy Halloween, guys. Happy Halloween. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. I hope the kids have had lots of candy and fun. We just came back from trick-or-treating ourselves. It was like a mini trick-or-treat thing. Like, it wasn't like normal. So it is what it is. We made do, and we had the experience, and we've been here for exactly 2 years now. You guys know we moved from our old house to our new house 2 years ago. On the 22nd, we closed. We were officially without a home for 12 hours, I guess, because our transaction didn't transact until after 5 o'clock that day. So we weren't able to move into our house till the next day. So we had to go spend the night in a hotel. So that was the 23rd is our actual anniversary here, which was like a week ago. So we had our first Halloween here a year ago. Well, 2 years ago. Last year we had no Halloween because of the pandemic. And this year, maybe there were 10 houses that had candy. So one of them being ours. So it is what it is. It was nice to get out. We took the dogs out. I hope you guys had a great time, whether you guys got out or did stuff in the house. Whatever you did, I hope it was meaningful and the kids enjoyed it. At the end of the day, we got to make do with what we got right now. So I hope that everyone had a wonderful day today. Thank you all for being here. BougieGang Gang up in this thing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, real quick, just a housekeeping item. Number one, if you are in blue, thank you so much as a moderator. If you are in green and you are a member, thank you very much as well for supporting this channel. As a member, if you are in blue, thank you for supporting this channel. As a moderator and helping kind of read the chat when I'm not able to. So thank you very much. Thank you to all of the people that support this channel by watching this content. It is much appreciated. And I love all of you guys very much, even the ones that don't love me, and that's okay. Um, excuse me, guys. Um, Fifi, Tai Cherie, Miss SWV, Shonda, Ms. Corey, Ms. Brader's Life, Annie, are you okay? Mary Blue, Amber. Did I see Miss Blue also? IVS, Virgo Lady, Latoya, Love Noel, Anisha, maybe for the 2 times. Amber, hey boo, Camo and Bows, Buttons All Day, V Love BBW, how are you? Um, I think I said Latoya, but if I didn't, Latoya. Um, Love Noel, I think you were Notification Gang Gangstar. Anisha, IVS, awesome, thank you. Jude Carrera, thank you very much for being here. Welcome. Shea Butter, welcome. Um, Kimberly Reed, welcome, welcome, welcome. Guys, my allergies are kicking my ass again, but it was so funny because the last time I thought I had allergies, it was more serious than that. So let's see. Capricorn 14. Hello. I think, I'm probably skipping people. And if I am, I apologize. You can give me one of these. Ow! If you have not gotten familiar yet with my wonderful soundboard, well, here we go. Yay. 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 Awesome. Yes. Cheering. Guys. Okay. So a lot has been going on past couple days, and I had to kind of soak everything in. I was not everywhere I needed to be when everything was happening, but I believe I've seen almost everything. I saw a little bit of Paris today. She was doing a reaction on someone's video, and I don't know. I did not catch the whole thing. I'm just gonna leave it at that. She was doing some commentary on someone else's commentary, and to me, no matter how spot on someone who does commentary is, someone else is gonna think that it's not. Now, specific to this young lady that she was doing commentary on, I was like, okay, I think her mom does commentary, and maybe I don't know. I think it was kind of like, oh well, I don't know. I just was kind of like, everyone's got their own opinions. You know what I mean? This girl thought Keisha was like super stylish, did a great job on her 2.5 hour live. And okay, fine. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people did. It was interesting to see. Like, I always like Mad Keisha. Mad Keisha is kind of funny to me. So I don't mind when Keisha starts smelling herself. So it doesn't bother me. It doesn't mean like I'm like, ooh, you did that, girl. That's not necessarily my overall sentiment. It's just like, oh, okay. Somebody charged their batteries and Keisha is pissed. Okay. Um, Look, me personally, if I signed up for some stupid shit, I'd probably be mad too. You know what I'm saying? Like when when you see the fruits of your labor, uh and you have created a shit show for yourself, yeah, I'd be mad too. I heard Tuna went trick or treating as a can of tuna. So, oh, okay. So she just went out getting candy, basically. Okay, but okay. I should have done. You're loving the Halloween overlay. Thank you very much. I've had it for a while, Fifi. Yes, but yes, snatching heads, wigs, and bags. That's kind of an endeavor that we do here on 24/7 on 365. But I did want to make a little bit of a visual because I thought it would be funny. But yes, snatching heads, wigs, and bags. Okay, we don't play over here. These women are something else. Absolutely. Ty Cherie, how are you, hun? Okay, so this is the deal. I'm gonna give you guys my down and dirty because I can't be here all night, even though my boo boo does not have school tomorrow. Um, you know, I'm still trying to get over whatever in the world it is that I'm fighting. So, um, so last weekend, for those of you who don't know, I'm gonna go through this super fast. Ashley had a birthday and had some sort of reason why she needed her son to be not in the home for what sounds like 4 days, okay? Now, over this weekend, Keisha is giving little glimpses that something might be amiss if you are paying attention to her Instagram. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button, guys, because that affects the overall energy up in this thing. And that lets me know that you're here for the right reasons. You are here to listen to this commentary, ask questions, and let your opinion be heard as well. So she's giving little glimpses here and there that there could be a little one in the house by the name of Mr. August. Anyway, long story short, there were a few people who did notice it. There was some whispering on a very chatty, gossipy website that we all know as L to the S to the A, where Ashley has a thread. And of course, Keisha has, I think, three threads at this moment. But with all of the changes over there, I don't know if the old threads are still up. I don't know. I don't know, and I haven't gone to check recently. Um, but there was some whispering to Ashley that something like, "Hey, where's your son? Is he over there with his father? Is he there with Keisha?" Keisha's showing pictures. There was whispering. There was some whispers amiss, right? There were some DMs coming through. Um, Ashley needed her son cared for while she went to make her bags. She had a birthday and there were events going on. And I don't know, she mentioned something about something going on in her apartment. And August needed to not be in the home. So she had him over to his father's house, which is da da Keisha's house. Yes, right. Um, we know Ashley has said this many times. Even I know this. I'm not a stepmother. I'm not a sister mom. I'm not a nobody. I'm just a watcher. And I know that Ashley has been adamant about her child not being on the internet and said if you're going to put him on the internet, she needs for you to clear it with her. And that was her talking to her baby Fava, who she said if you did not catch that tea, which I don't know if it's tea or not, but take it for whatever it is, that he thank you Donna Marie, girl, thank you very much for putting that out there. Bougie Gang, yes, is the Cash App if you'd like to give a Halloween tip to your hostess. Yes, thank you very much. um she basically um has been quite adamant that she did not want her child shown on the internet, period. Okay, we all know this. I mean, I think anyone who watches knows that Ashley doesn't want August being featured without her permission or shown, nothing, right? Okay, so here's Keisha showing the baby, giving glimpses of the baby. Is the baby there? Giving kind of little Easter egg clues, right? Being cute, coy, coquettish, whatever, messy, however you want to say it, right? Um, Ashley was not happy. Ashley started getting DMs. She started getting questioned. Um, One of my YouTube sisses out here posed a question, and I think it struck a chord. Would you watch the other woman's baby? Which it wasn't necessarily about Keisha because she didn't know for sure that that's what was going on. There were glimpses, there were clues, but there was no confirmation until there was confirmation. So there were a series of Instagram posts and subtexts and texts and whatever. Anyway, long story short, August was at his father's. Okay. AKA Jeremy Postel, AKA the baby Fava to Keisha's kids and Ashley's kids. And if you were watching all of this, you were in your snuggly robe, like that person sitting in the back in the pink with their iPad and probably their phone charging, watching all of this unfold, all of this mayhem, all of this nonsense. I get that Deuce and Demarcus's mom, but you know what? Um, Once you drop your kid off somewhere, anywhere, you have no control over what's going on. You know what I mean? If she told, I think we all know that. You know what I'm saying? To your point, Deuce and Demarcus's mom, who says, let me see if I can highlight that. Hold on. Um, okay. At the end of the day, you have no control. Like once you leave, and Jeremy is going to do what Jeremy wants to do. No one's in control over Jeremy. Jeremy is clearly his own man, okay? And Jeremy might have said he was going to I don't know what Jeremy said. I'm not going to even try to entertain what I think he would have said, but let's just say I got you. I'll be home the whole weekend. She won't be with him alone. Um we know that that's not the case, okay? So that's just the chance that you're taking. I mean, at the end of the day, as long as the child is safe, look, perfect example. When I was breastfeeding, I asked my family, who was keeping Farah when she was very young, to not give her formula. Did that happen? The hospital, who knew that Farah was supposed to be exclusively breastfed, when I was sleeping after a C-section and they didn't wake me up, and I'm like, but how did she feed? Well, we know how she fed. They fed her in the nursery and they probably gave her Similac or whatever, right? Um, when I asked the people watching Farah not to give her eggs and grits and let her chew on chicken bones, did that happen? Come on now, guys. At the end of the day, we have to understand that our children, when they are out of our custody, they are people and they have their own lives and they have their own experiences, even though they're small babies and infants. And we want to try to control as much as we possibly can. When she made the decision to leave him with his father, not saying he should have left her with Keisha at all, but I'm going to get to that part. That's in a little bit. Um, there's nothing, you know what I'm saying? She knows her man that she dealt with, okay? Um she knows that he's a little loose with the details and loose with the commitments, right? So how do you expect all of a sudden for someone who doesn't follow directions to follow directions, right? So, boom. Um I could give you the examples of when I left my dog with a dog sitter and how much stuff didn't happen, right? But anyway, long story short, she had to go work. She had to go handle her business and whatever reason, and also just let the man see his kid for a few days. Um, but Keisha started doing silly stuff and being messy and letting people know that the baby was in the mist, and um, it wasn't good. So these two started going at it. So the other day, so it wasn't last night, it was the night before last. So that was what, Friday night? Ashley came on live. Was that right? Friday night? Because I don't think it was yesterday. It was Friday night, right? Paris goes live. I didn't know Ashley was going to be on. Ashley pretty much comes on right away. And I think Keisha, maybe it was even Friday evening. And then Keisha goes live later on. Anyway, long story short, um, Ashley, I like Ashley a lot, period. I'm not even going to lie. If I had a preference, I enjoy both of them, but I do lean more towards Ashley because I do feel like Ashley got the short end of the stick. I think that if circumstances were a little bit different and Jeremy would stand up and pull his pants up, he probably would have been with Ashley. But I think it's like see you next lifetime type of thing. I don't think Jeremy was ready for her, and maybe she's not ready for Jeremy. I just don't think that Jeremy is in a space and time where he is ready to assume the responsibility of carrying the full weight as a mature man in a relationship. I think that he is just playing around, having a good time, and doing what he wants to do. Um, and I think that Keisha, as irresponsible and as silly as she is the more responsible person in that relationship. And I think Ashley, unfortunately, probably never got to see the fullness of Jeremy's silly, or the fact that he's not really, he might be wearing the pants to a certain degree in the family, but I think that Keisha takes care of a lot of everything. And I'm going to be honest, Ashley, keep going in direction, whatever direction you are going, because Jeremy might disappoint you. I mean, at the end of the day, I think we all have hopes and dreams about men that we like. And the bottom line is that every guy is not going to turn out to be the man for you. Just because someone's fun, maybe because they can dance, maybe because they're exciting, maybe because of a lot of different things. When you are seeking a mate and a father and a husband, someone who's going to be your life partner, those aren't always the qualities that are going to be the best long term. And I just don't think you want any of that smoke. I think if it turned out that you and Jeremy ever had an opportunity to be together, I think that you're going to be very disappointed. And I'm not saying that he's not a good guy. What I'm saying is he might not pan out to be what you want or what you think you need, because in our 20s it changes, in our 30s, and it damn sure changes in your 40s, because that shit ain't cute anymore. You might be able to live with it in your 30s, what was fun in your 20s, but in your 40s it's like, man, I'm gonna need for you to pack your shit and go, okay? And I'm serious. Keisha seems like she's in for the long haul. She doesn't expect much. She is ready to do whatever. She's got her clipboard. She's got her track shoes on. She is a runner, and she is going to do whatever she's got to do to hold on to him. And I just don't think that Ashley is that type of woman, now or in the future. So that's just my general impression. Sometimes you got to just be thankful for, you know what? Look at God. This thing might not be working out and my heart might be broken, but I need to just chalk it up and let it go, because he might not ever turn out to be who you think he will. I don't care who's got a success story for you. I don't care who got their shit together and turned out to be the most awesomest husband in the whole entire world. That might not be his story. Okay. And that's to Ashley. And Keisha, girl, you keep praying and you keep hoping and you keep wishing. Okay. But I just don't know that that's what's going to happen for you, hon. I think you're just going to end up being very tired, and be depleting your funds and be going through a whole lot to probably also be disappointed at a certain point in your life, unless you just convince yourself that this is just how life is. And I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. Okay. There is better out here, ladies. There is better out here than sharing. There's better out here than standing in line. There's better out here than waiting your turn. There's better out here than a lot of things. And at the end of the day, we have to take our bad mistakes out of our poor decisions, sometimes suck it up. And that's what I heard from Ashley. I felt like Ashley, her commentary on the situation, I felt was very mature. And at the end of the day, she needed her son to be somewhere safe with his people, whoever those people ended up being. And that weekend, it ended up being his father and his fugazi girlfriend. Okay. Now, if Keisha hadn't been taking those pictures and letting people know what was going on, then maybe this whole thing would have worked out a little bit better. But at the end of the day, that's not what happened, because Keisha has to have some smoke, and Keisha likes to be recognized, and Keisha says she doesn't want smoke, but she wants the smoke. Keisha, if you didn't want the smoke, you would have respected the wishes and kept the baby off your Instagram. To think that nobody saw what, if you only wanted people who really 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 care, then you need to open up your membership. You need to charge $25 for it, because a bitch like me won't pay for that. um and have people in there who really care. Number one, you can make up some of the money that you're losing in watch time and views, and you can have people that for the most part are people who are actually really interested in your tea, and you could have dropped that over there. But I guarantee you it still would have made its way out, but you would have had a better chance than dropping it on Instagram, where really it's kind of like a smear in the face to the woman who has asked you to not do it. Okay. That's why your ass was getting wrung out to dry. Okay. That's why, because you continue to not respect this mama's wishes. You come on this internet. I guess this is a little bit of a rant, guys, but if you guys want to call in, give me about 20 minutes to get through this, and I'll let you guys call in if you want to. If not, then we're just going to say good night, right? Okay. Um, you come on this internet, you give everybody a hard time about talking about the Pastel sisters, and you don't want people reposting their pictures. You don't want people talking about your kids, but you've got other people's children on your internet. So it's just funny how the rules work for you, but they can't work for other people. Your kids are too good to be on this internet, even though you expose them. If you don't want your kids shown on the internet, stop showing them. If you don't want your kids talked about, then stop putting them in awkward situations. If you don't want your kids talked about, then I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you to do. But Ashley's not quickly putting her kid on the internet. And if she does, that's her right. She's the mama. Okay. Now you could say that's Jeremy's right. He's the daddy. To Ashley's point, you haven't signed the birth certificate. So what rights do you really have? Now, yes, you are the daddy, but why don't you at least sign a birth certificate and drop off some coin? And it wasn't on Jeremy's social media. It was on some woman who is not even stepmama Keisha, your girlfriend Keisha. Okay. You are the mother of his half sisters or his sisters, however you want to put it. Okay. But your girls are too good to be online by someone else. However, Ashley doesn't get to have her wishes respected, and she's like being bitter. You're being bitter. That's how I see it. Now, if Jeremy told her she could do it, well, that's a whole nother thing. But at the end of the day, you were being messy, and I would love for you to just admit I was being a little bit messy, or I got excited and I was being messy. I wasn't being messy to be malicious. I was being messy because he's so stinking cute, or I just loved him being there and he was so much fun and the girls had so much fun with him. I couldn't help but include him. Or couldn't you just be a grown up about things like most people do who have kids around, who are on social media? Film him, take a couple of pictures, and leave it for the household collection of photos, the photos that are only seen by the family or people who come into the home. Why did it have to be on your monetized social media channel? So, in theory, making money off of the situation. Why did you have to do that? I don't think I ever heard any answer to that question. I just heard a lot of going back to the beginning. Who knows what pictures Keisha has of the baby? I would not trust her at all. Well, we would hope that Keisha is a sane adult who is a competent and responsible parent. I'm going to put it like that. I don't know what she does. At the end of the day, I know people can do lots of things, but I don't know that that's what we're dealing with. But I also think that there's nothing wrong with taking a picture of the kids together, eating dinner, running around. But sometimes there are pictures that are for the public and there are pictures that are not for the public. Let's just say any of you who watch Mom Dukes and Jazzy Life, the pictures of your grandmother or your mother laying in repose um, at her funeral in her final state probably isn't something I would put on the YouTube channel where I get my ass chewed every week. That's something that I would not make privy to people who don't give a shit about me. I wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't do that. Um, you know what I mean? Um, I just wouldn't do that. So, taking pictures of your boyfriend's son, like to me, I just question. Yeah, August is innocent, but at the end of the day, me personally, if I had my boyfriend's son over, I don't know that I'm going to be putting him in a bunch of pictures. Like for what? Like okay, like cool, fun. Look at the girls, their brother came over. But considering the story around this whole thing, I wouldn't have done that. But okay, that's just me. Have some pride, Keisha. At the end of the day, I don't know. I think your pride is overweighing your ego, and or actually your ego is overweighing your pride and your good sense, because it was just a very thirsty move, and shame on you for using the boy. Forget about Ashley. I think you used the boy, and I think you also used Jeremy in this sense. And I don't mean cry Jeremy a river. I'm just saying I think you really used the situation because you wanted some views. And this is, you don't hear me talk a lot about views and clicks, but I think this was a views and clicks kind of situation. I think you used uh, August being at the house to give your channel like you know, a little shot to the heart. You know what I'm saying? It to give it a little bit of juice. I think you put some secret sauce on everything, or put 20 on 10, however you guys want to say it. You know what I'm trying to say. I think you use the situation to bring some life to your channel and bring some drama, because you, no matter how much you say you don't like the drama, you love the drama. Um, One thing that I heard, because I did fall asleep on Keisha's live, and it's not because it was boring. I was really tired, and I feel like I was fighting like a little 24-hour cold. I felt like when I woke up to hearing Keisha say something about telling us all to go buy the book. I've got the book, and I couldn't make it past the high school, like maybe the first couple pages where she's talking about the situation that happened in her high school and the trauma and stuff of the high school situation and then switching schools. Um, but I'm willing to toy around with this a little bit. Anybody who's got the book, I would love to do a little bit of a book club, because this book is not long. I would love to read through this and have some private chats on this. And then we can, I'm going to just post the lives, but we're not going to do full blown conversations like this out in the open, but it would be in, maybe in my private members group. So if it's something that you think you want to do, um, we might do something like that. And, I would like to really do that, because I don't think I could make it without that in that book, having to do it on my own. I probably could only do it with the company of other people reading it with me to hold me accountable to reading the pages, because the book is not well written. I'm just going to put it like that. It tells a story, but it's not literature. Okay. I hope you feel better, Fran. I feel like everybody's getting sick. Girl, say it one more time. Um, So we see that Deuce and Demarcus's mom. I heard that. Look, this is a classic situation of stop playing with people. Stop playing with Jeremy. Stop playing with people's lives. Stop playing and thinking that you are smarter than everybody else. See, I think Keisha thinks because maybe she was the smartest in her little enclave wherever she grew up, and maybe she excelled in her classes in school, in high school. Maybe she, but Keisha, I'm sorry, your grammar betrays you. I don't care how smart you were in high school. When you got to college and were around other smart people, I think it became blatantly obvious. But that being said, clearly you were able to keep up. I'm assuming that you finished Spelman. I don't know if you're a Spelman graduate or not. Those of you who go back far enough, I guess you guys would know over me. I don't know anything about her college career and her credentials. I just know what she's told us. But this woman's grammar is awful. Her grammar is awful and her vocabulary is awful. She possesses words that she does not know what they mean, and she uses them incorrectly all the time, and she thinks she is so freaking smart. You're so smart that you say that you picked out a woman, you created a situation, but when the situation bounced back on you with a couple of pregnancies and one baby, now you're pissed. You should have never sat around playing with a situation that, like our old President Obama used to say, not sustainable. It's not sustainable. Because when you have people who are fooling around and fall in love, yeah, you're not in that equation. And I do think Jeremy has love for her. I think she takes care of Jeremy like another mama. You know, she's that reliable type of bottom chick, and she takes care of him. But the more and more you change your body, that you change yourself, the more that you swoop your hair to the side like Ashley, the more you make those boobies bigger and try to get a slope on your butt and do all of the things, you're betraying yourself. And at the end of the day, and I've been saying this all weekend, hey, cutie, how are you? She is up here defending Jeremy's name more than Jeremy is. Jeremy's like, it is what it is. Look, defend yourself, girl. I mean, you can't save yourself trying to save other people. Like they always say on the airplane, put your mask on first so you can save the children, right, cutie? So we can save these children, all right? Let that man take care of himself. At the end of the day, Keisha is giving up wife benefits. She's giving up filet mignon in the bed. Maybe she's giving up hamburger steak. I don't know. She's giving up something in that bed that they share, in a home that they share. She's giving up accounts, access to money, access to her body, multiple children, housekeepers, cleaners, luxury apartments, luxury cars, designer clothes, access to money and a YouTube channel and whatever it is, YouTube clout that, and we'll talk about the clout too, okay? Don't, let's not forget about the clout. Um all of the things, okay? You give him access to all of this. And what do you get? Community penis? Community sausage? You get to, on a Friday night. Look, this is one thing I know. And trust me, my set, my office, my glam room is not always perfect. But I guarantee you, if I was going to sit behind some blinds, they'd be even. Okay. That was the one thing that got on my nerves the whole time. I was like, would you go fix those damn blinds? Either close them or open them, draw them up, do something, lady, because that thing looks ghetto. It looks awful. Okay. It looks awful. All right. Um, but you're sitting there in your apartment and you are sitting there talking and you're in a bustier. I thought I was watching like a junior episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, is that how you dress in the evening? You weren't going to the club. You weren't like, I don't know. I don't know who on a Friday night who's not going out in a pandemic, who's going on live stream, decides, let me wear my leather or leather. I don't know what that shit was. Let me wear my bustier top. Now, Ashley did, but Ashley's her own person. Ashley has a sexy kind of dress code anyway. So it's not out of the ordinary for her to dress super sexy like that, period. Okay. We see her in those type of clothes on a regular basis, right? Does she dress like that all the time? No, because Friday she had on a V-neck t-shirt, okay? Okay, period. Um, all right. What's her name? Had her hair laid to the side. Um, I don't know if that was a wig or she had some tracks or some fun hair in there, some little clip-ins, but she had that thing swooped. I thought she was trying to give a little bit of Kenya, a little bit of Kenya Moore, thinking that she was on Real Housewives Junior. I don't know what she's doing, but for her to come up and start talking about, it's like, can we just deal with current events? It's like nobody wants to hear about how this whole thing got started again and what Ashley did wrong, and I had you in my house and you betrayed me and you did this and you did that. Nobody wants to hear that anymore. Like, we all know what happened. We all know what happened. And if you don't know what happened, you can watch any number of videos to figure out what happened. Keisha, it is not your obligation to refresh everybody on your story. That is part of your problem. The reason why you can't get over what Jeremy did is because you have a constant narrative in your head, replaying and retelling the story of how you feel like someone did you wrong that you were supposed to trust. Stop giving wife benefits to a half-ass boyfriend. Stop giving up the prize to someone who is not trying to get the prize from you. If he felt like he were at risk of losing the prize, I think that he would try to treat you a little bit better and act like someone who's afraid to lose it. Okay, so let me see. Someone this is Fran's page, clearly. She does what she wants. Deuce and DeMarcus, who are we speaking to? If someone has a problem with my commentary, then you might want to click on someone else's channel. I'm going to talk for however long I want to talk about it. Right. He's going to talk about one. Okay. Baby mom number 2. Are you talking to me? I was talking about Ashley before. I'm on Keisha now, and then I might float back to Ashley. But trust me, I'm very equal in my commentary. So I'm not sure if you were talking about me or not, or talking to me. But understand, I only have one mouth and I got one brain, and I can't speak on 2 topics simultaneously because I tell you what, I wouldn't be in my house on this microphone, probably talking to this audience. I would be talking to a much larger audience as a complete and total brain. So I don't know. But I'm gonna get to kind of more, I'm gonna get to all of that. But I'm not sure if you were talking to me or not. So take that how it was said, not to be ugly, but I can't speak on both simultaneously. Keisha loves to copy Ashley's style. Talking about, they called Ashley 3 times to ask her, but they Oh, they didn't answer. So Jeremy said, go put him in the video. But that's not. So if I say I don't want something, don't call me 1, 2, 3 times to ask me anything. My answer is, and my policy is, don't put my kid in a video. Like, why do you have to call me 2 and 3 times? I'm working and you're the father, and I've told you what my wishes are, period. Why do you need to call me to ask me something I've already said no to? Like, that's where it gets stupid for me. That's the stupidness of it all. Like, if I tell you, I don't want my daughter's ears pierced, don't call me 2 and 3 times just because you decided you wanted to buy her some diamond earrings. Thank you, and we'll hold on to them, and when I decide to get her ears pierced, that's when we're going to do it. So I don't know if that answers any questions for you guys, but I'm on Keisha right now, so just give me guys a minute and you guys talk amongst yourselves, because if I get off track, I'm not going to be here all night. All the recordings are on a YouTuber channel named okay, um Sister Wives of Atlanta. That's a good one. That's a good one, Mary Blue. But baby mom number 2, I don't know if you were talking to me or not. So let me know if I did not, if that was your question. I'm not sure. But yeah, my thing with Keisha is I just feel like Keisha is the type of person to me, when she's your neighbor, and guys, we're at 72 likes and 215. It's 9:15 on Halloween. I don't know who else is live talking about this, but um, can we add, not subtract from the energy? And if you're going to add to the energy, go ahead and hit that like button for me, okay? If you like what you're hearing, if I'm giving a different perspective. I know a lot of people don't talk about marriage and a lot of people don't talk about relationships, but at the end of the day, share a man if you want to. I just don't think it's going to go very well for you. I don't think the type of man who is used to women giving them everything they want, along with sharing their bodies, their funds, their resources, their families, giving them multiple babies, are used to, and who are not used to women telling them no, are too quick to back off of the I don't want to be a player anymore attitude unless they meet that one that makes their heart feel like this one is too good for me to not try to give up, and I'm hanging up my hat. Any of you in the chat who is with a recovering, a former player, somebody who had his pick of women and decided that that's not what they wanted to do anymore, you know what I'm talking about. If you are not with that one, if that's the one who did not choose you, think about how that felt when you were in love with someone who you know had love for you, maybe even loved you, but he didn't love you enough to choose you. Okay? Now, is Jeremy choosing Keisha? Me personally, I think at the moment. I don't know that she is it, because if she were it and she were the one, they would already be married. I mean, let's face it. You guys that live in the Northeast, some men are a little bit slower to get married. Down south, men get married all day, every day. One, two, three, four, however many times they feel like it until they get it right. Um, he would have wifed her up by now. They're in there. He's a Georgia boy. Okay. He's a Georgia man. Okay. And divorces are $300. Okay. Um, they don't have, if you don't have property to split up and you go to a mediator for custody, I mean, it's not going to be very much expensive. Okay. Now, yes, Keisha does have some means, and I'm taking a left turn into something I didn't want to talk about. But at the end of the day, I really do believe, coming from a family where he's got siblings who are married, specifically a brother who is married. I think his parents were married, right? He's not someone who I think would be opposed to being married. If he wanted to marry Keisha, he would be marrying Keisha. And for her to not even be wearing an engagement ring. And trust me, if Keisha were engaged and she were planning a wedding, we would know all about it. And you know this, okay? Um, Keisha is on unsteady ground, and Keisha is out here with her superwoman cape on because Keisha is still fighting for position. You see, let's look at Sierra for a moment, okay? Look at Sierra. Sierra realized, okay, I'm that bitch. I'm beautiful. I can sing. I've got a beautiful body. I've been successful. I've got money in the bank. But even that couldn't get Future. Okay? Future didn't give a fuck. Okay? Future didn't care. He can get that filet anywhere. All right? Okay? Now, Russell Wilson, oh, he loves her. For him, she's that one. He married her. He treats Future's son like his own because he loves her, and they made more. Okay? Future's mad because he lost a trophy. See, Future has a trophy closet. He's got beautiful women at his beck and call who will give him that filet whenever they want, and cap and fight and argue and jockey and make him feel like he's the trophy. Okay? Instead of having that one prize, yeah, he's got a trophy cabinet. But at the end of the day, it's more about them making him feel a way rather than them. These are women who go to sleep at night crying. Does Ashley look happy to you? Does Keisha look happy to you? I'm sure they can be happy, and I'm sure there's happiness in their lives. But being rejected on a everyday basis by the man that you think you love, but I'm here to say this is not love, guys. This is not real love. A man that really loves you is not going to have you running around like a chicken with your head cut off. If Keisha were really the one, he would tell Keisha to calm down, slow down, shut up, I got it. The fact that he allows her to run around like an idiot, at a moment's notice. And then if she says the wrong thing, yeah, he's going to come out and be like, yeah, Keisha don't speak for me. I'm my own. Like, I run this. He's not going to say anything because he doesn't care enough about this situation. She's running around putting a whole lot of energy around Atlanta looking real stupid. If I were her, I would shut my mouth. I would have been a good wifey, made the kids some good snacks, had a good time. You wouldn't have heard a word. You wouldn't have even known August was in the house. He would have had a good time with his sisters and sent him on his merry way back to his mama's house and not caused any trouble if I was running for to get my MRS. Okay? The Mrs. Jeremy Postel, okay? If I was trying to get my MRS for real, Keisha, if you are listening, girl, take it from someone who is married, okay? Next time, if you get a next time, keep your mouth shut. Don't argue with the mama. Don't make situations for the man to have to deal with awkwardly about the children. Because at the end of the day, this is about the children. Number one, August being in a safe, comfortable place while his mom had to handle her business. And don't aggravate situations for your man. Nobody wants to get phone calls with someone yelling at them and cussing them the fuck out because your fugazi ass is on some shit. I don't blame Ashley. Now, should Ashley have known better because she's dealing with Keisha? Absolutely. Keisha needs to know how to control herself. And just like you don't want other people fucking around with your kids, talking about your kids, taking pictures of your kids, posting pictures of your kids, why couldn't you put yourself in the same situation? Why doesn't Ashley get the same respect? That's what I think. Now, I don't care about the particulars of who was first and who cheated and who picked who. These two have a very strange relationship. If these two are a modern couple and they get to go fuck around and do whatever they want, and Keisha can't keep up with his dick and she lets him go do what he wants to do, that's her business. I don't know about relationships like that. If that's how she chooses to handle business with this man, understand that you are going to always be last. He's going to be out having a good time and come home to you um with his not loaded, okay? Okay? Period. That's it. You are not doing anything to get this man to be your husband, but provide him food, lodging, support, now babysitting, and basically security. I mean, to me, I don't dislike Keisha at all, but speaking woman to woman, if I were your relationship coach, I would tell you you need to stop this shit. Like you're running yourself ragged for somebody who is not going to wife you up with this type of behavior. You are not acting like a woman who wants to marry this man. You're acting like a desperate woman who wants this man to marry you, but men don't marry women like this. You're running around like a crazy person and doing stupid things. The fact that you asked him 3 times to call Ashley to put a baby in your monetized video, you got 3 kids, just use them. That just doesn't make any sense. Why? It just doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. He probably got sick of you asking him. And at the end of the day, you probably were calling him. He probably wasn't home. You probably wanted to know where he was rather than just calling and saying, man, I'm here at the house with your son and our 3 daughters. My hands are full with 4 children and I'm going to need for you to come home. Rather than calling and asking him stupid ass questions, tell his ass to come home and help take care of his kids for the weekend. That's what you needed to do. But because you make it so easy for him to do what he wants to do, you're going to see how this pans out for you, Keisha. And I'm not going to feel sorry for you because you're getting closer to 30. You are sitting around watching all your friends get wifed up. And what's going to happen to you, the more and more you stay up late at night, the more Botox and fillers you're going to need up under those eyes. Okay. And the more that 27 is going to be looking like 37 and 47. Okay. And that glass of wine turns into a bottle of wine. Okay. And those tears turn into rage. And you turn into someone who's not just mad but bitter. And if I were you, I would watch it because it creeps up on you real quick. Okay. Ask your friend, what's her name? Latoya. Why don't you ask, what's her name? Forever Latoya? Ask Latoya how that's working out for her. Ask Latoya what's going on right now. Okay. Latoya played so many games. Now we know Latoya's situation is a little bit different, but Latoya is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs too. Okay. Ask Latoya how she's enjoying seeing Adam frolicking and having a good time in enjoying his life. Okay. Ask her how it worked out playing many games with your husband. Now that was her husband. So that's kind of all I so my opinion on this whole thing, Ashley, yes, was justified to be pissed. Ashley, I'm sorry, but I'm going to still say you should have known better, because no matter if the son is with his father, he is in a fugazi setup right now where he doesn't have his own place. He shares residence with a overbearing, domineering woman who must have her ego front and center, and that involves showing people who she is on a constant basis rather than just being. And she had to make sure everyone knew that Jeremy Postel's son, aka Lily's son, was in the house, and she did that. She didn't have to do that. It wasn't an accident. Nobody caught her in the airport. She did that with purpose, on purpose. Okay? Keisha, you are guilty of doing the most and getting caught. You are guilty of deflecting and trying to make Ashley the bad person once again. And because you want us to read your book so bad, we're going to turn it into a book club event. And we are going to read it page by page, and we are going to dissect this thing. Okay. If since that's what you want, because this isn't the first time you've asked me through this internet to read your book, and I want to get a group of people together who want to read it with me, and we can go through page by page and chapter by chapter, and we'll do it private. I'm not going to monetize it. I might even read it. Okay, we might do dramatic reading, and then we're going to talk about it. We're going to take it nice and slow, and we're going to read it, and we're going to understand it. And next time you do a call out for, have you read this book? You're going to have some experts in the midst. Okay. 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 I wonder if anyone who's listening, any of you Keisha Keys out here, can you see if Keisha can run us a promo code if we all go and buy it? Can we get a little 20% off discount on the Keisha and Jeremy site? Can we, for those of you who don't have it, because we want to do things the right way, because this is Bougie Gang, we pay for what we do. I don't have a problem paying for a book, but it would be so nice that if we could get like a volume promo code discount. If I can get you some sales, Keisha, would you mind? Because I have some people who want to read the book and we want to get into it, because we are some housewives, some mummies here who want to who want to enjoy this oh so important piece to the puzzle that you say we must read. Okay. All right. I'm going to drop the link. Any shenanigans will be dealt with shenanigans. Okay. Um, let's take a few quick calls. And I know my commentary might be a little bit harsh, guys, but at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you like I tell my sister. I have three. Um, I'm going to tell you like I did myself. Okay. Um, I've said this many times, and I'm not going to keep saying it, but I'll say this. Um, Look, everybody doesn't get the engagement ring on graduation day, okay? Some of us are so all of our paths are different, okay? And at the end of the day, Keisha, I'm just going to tell you, as a woman who's 30, who is a baby mama, okay? Okay? Um Time is running out. Kevin Samuels is right there in your city. What Kevin Samuels would tell you to do, I would love. Do you know what I would pay money for? I would pay money for the episode of Kevin Samuels giving Keisha, Kaylee Anderson, his advice. Because when he says, okay, you got 3 kids, you're 27, you've never been married, you've got a sketchy baby dad, because that's what he always says, sketchy baby dad, and you've had some sketchy situations. I mean, let's look at it this way too. One last thing, guys. At the end of the day, if you have a man who is highly sought after, you have a guy who's extremely good looking, you have someone who's talented, you have someone who's got a lot of money, you're someone who's popular. There's different criteria that makes a man high value. One of which is his network. It could be his notoriety, even just in his community. It could be looks, it could be sexual prowess, it could be money, it could be achievement, it could be all of those things. It could be one or two of those things, but whatever in your community who that has made a guy set apart from others and sought after by women and peers and business and all of those things, you have to understand that you're going to always be in competition. Look at Portia and Farrah. Is that her name? Is that her name? Farrah. I guess it was Farrah, right? On Real Housewives. That's so funny because my daughter's name is Farrah and our dog is named Portia. Um, Girl, Portia dropped the hot dog guy in a quick minute for Simon Gabadia. Okay? Simon Gobbledygook. Okay? She dropped his ass. Fallon, excuse me. I said Farrah, but it's Fallon. Okay. Yes. Okay. Need I say more? Like that's just a okay. You guys already know the deal. Mimi, I saw you come in before. Just Gabby, Jacqueline Rice, so many. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the chat. I see you guys. I know this is a little bit later. It's Sunday night. But I had to get up on this because I didn't want to go into the rest of the week and then have to go back like almost a whole week. But since we've had a week of this and it kind of slowed down a little bit today, why not talk about it today and see what else pops off this week. If nothing else pops off, nothing else pops off. But at the end of the day, Keisha, you got to be tired, honey. If I were you, I would be tired. I wouldn't have that man having me go to sleep with no sleep at night, circles under my eyes, wondering where he is, having to call and ask stupid questions. Okay. I mean, at the end of the day, when you go out, are you getting 5 and 6 phone calls? Ernestine, thank you so much for joining members, making it official. Thank you, boo boo. Thank you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bougie Gang official up in here. I appreciate it. Um, Hold on 1 second. Fifi, 1 sec, baby. Can you hear me, Fifi?
Yes, I can. You can hear me.
Yes.
All right, hi, Bougie Gang. Hey, friend.
So, do you follow Keisha's channel?
I've been watching and listening to you. I can't really watch her because she's not that interesting, but I'll watch, listen to you talk about it.
I like Keisha. I think I like watching her channel. She's amusing to me. So does that mean I really like Keisha? I don't know, but I think she's funny. I find her amusing. So maybe to someone who loves Keisha, they might think that that's kind of like a bitchy way to say how I watch her channel, but it's a match.
Right.
I report on her channel and I enjoy seeing her, what she does and how she talks about it. I just think she's silly. She's kind of silly to me and a little bit immature. But she's entertaining to me, so that's why I watch her.
Yeah. So did Jeremy and Ashley let Keisha watch the baby?
So, so Jeremy was in possession of his son, and Jeremy went to the club over the weekend, and so we know that he left the house at a certain point, and when he was home, Keisha was filming, and so I don't know how many times or if he left the child for a long period of time, but there was a time when when the boy was home with Keisha and probably his sisters. And it's not that she's not competent, but the mother has asked for her, and I can't gauge her competence, but what I'm going to say is this: the mother has asked the father to not leave her son alone, and if he did need to go out, that he was supposed to leave the boy, the son, with his grandmother, and the grandmother had agreed to do that. So he did not do that. Keisha thought that that was a ridiculous ask, and why, you know, but that's not your child. So, like, Keisha is really out of line because, you know, that's the mother's wishes.
Right. So I do believe that she's wrong for posting the child. Like that, you're right. That definitely could have been kept in like a sibling or a type of book. She didn't have to post that because she was definitely trying to get clout off of and make money off of that.
Yeah. So
Cause
she's
I feel
saying
like,
Ashley's trying to get clout off of her,
hmm
but at the end of the day, you're getting clout off of Jeremy's son. However you want to look at it, you are getting clout off of his son, Ashley's son, by posting stuff that didn't even need to be posted. Nobody even needed to know that a 1 year old was out of his normal residence. Nobody even needed to know that.
right, and like I feel like if Jeremy wants to post it and Jeremy actually wants to post their child, they can make them a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Like she was definitely overstepping boundaries. I feel like personally, she shouldn't be left alone or in presence of the baby. Like if the baby has to visit, she needs to be somewhere else.
Or I mean that is her house. But and I don't think Ashley had a problem with that, but it was more so not to leave the baby in the house, just with Keisha. Because at the end of the day, too, that's 4 kids with one mommy. And those aren't all her, those wouldn't be, not that a woman can't take care of 4 children, obviously, but that would be an extra hand when you've got two basically 1 year olds in the midst, or I think, I'm not sure if yeah, two 1 year olds, right? Um, so two walkers running around with two 3 year olds. That's a lot for one person, depending on what time of day it is. And she just for whatever reason, at the end of the day, that's 4 kids that you're not used to having, one of which who is not your own. And she just asked that if you need to leave for any long period of time, take him over to your mom's. And the mama said that that was okay. And Keisha thought that was ridiculous because the mama lives 30 minutes away. But if you agree to the rules of engagement, then you need to be ready to answer to it when you didn't bother to follow the rules of engagement. So yeah, they were wrong, period. You agreed to her you agreed to her list of criteria, and then you didn't follow it, and you're mad because she's calling you out on not following her list of criteria. You know what I mean? Like if your kids are vegan and you send your kid over to your sister's house and she feeds him chicken all weekend, you're going to be mad, right?
Yeah.
Because you're vegan and you don't eat meat. And maybe it's a dietary thing, maybe it's an ethical thing, maybe you just don't eat animal products. So people have different reasons, but nonetheless, they agreed to not do certain things and they did it anyway. And that's where I'm coming into it. I don't care about your past. I don't care if all the other stuff on just the baseline, Keisha, you guys are out of order and you're deflecting way too much on the reasons why you disrespected this woman's rules. So anyway,
Facts.
so that's what you would do if you dropped your son off with his daddy and the girlfriend, not even the wife, the girlfriend. Um, you would be pissed, right?
Yeah, like I would definitely have like a list, not only for the girlfriends, but for the daddy should already know, but for the daddy as well on what the things that the girlfriend shouldn't do, or when my child is in her presence. Because I'm not, that'll be a bitter baby mama if she say, "Oh, I'm just gonna keep the child from from everybody." That's bitter. You know,
Right.
but I
It's
feel
it's
like,
good that he gets to see his people, even if
hmm
one is fugazi, and she's really not his people. But yeah, yeah. Ashley did the
yeah,
right thing. I think long term you can't keep the baby to yourself. So she did do the right thing, but she got confirmation that her ex is not always going to do the right thing and respect her wishes.
yes, like I definitely feel like if they were to do that again with Keisha, like I feel like they need to watch her channel closely. Tell her no photos. She just can't take photos because she's not trusted with the photos.
And don't publish them. If you take a nice picture for the girls to have in their bedroom of them with their brother, that's one thing. But posting a picture to tease the internet that your boyfriend's son, who is not necessarily on good speaking terms, the mother isn't on great speaking terms with you people, is possibly there, was really using the relationship, and she used it in a monetized way. Like, that's not just because she made money off of it, but because you did make money off of it. It's like you used a baby and you used Jeremy's kid. So, on top of the fact of putting him in a bad situation with his baby mama, to me, as a potential that you want to marry this man, that is not the way to behave with a man who you want to wife you up. That is not wifely behavior, period. That's some bitter baby mama shit. And that's not the kind of stuff that's going to get you wifed up. That's going to be the stuff that's going to have you sitting around setting up your time to go and drop him off with the father. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of stuff that makes a man move on. I'm just saying. You want to get wifed up, act like a wife. Sometimes you got to be above and beyond the mess. And I don't think that she was above and beyond the mess last weekend. I think she was all up in it and created some of it. I don't have
All right.
any, I don't dislike Keisha at all. I watch her channel. I'm not a super fan. I cover her as a bag, but I'm willing to be impartial and I can say when someone's wrong. And if
All
if
right.
if if Ashley were wrong, I would say Ashley was wrong. Now I have my opinions on Ashley and Hazel, and that's going to take a whole different turn, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. But today
Okay.
it's Keisha and Ashley. Hazel is her ex best friend. That's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Um, I think that Keisha was wrong. Um, Fifi, you got anything else for us? I'm gonna give someone else a turn.
Oh no, that's it, love. Thank you, love.
Guys,
I
if
go
you don't know
for.
Fifi's channel, Fifi, when you get back down into the chat, go ahead and let give people an opportunity to subscribe to your channel. Fifi does a lot of live streaming over there on her channel. If you want to check her out, she is one of my mods, and she's down there in blue. Keisha, Fifi, make sure people see your channel and see you in the chat, and then they can come through and check you out and see what you got going on over there.
All right, love. Y'all have a blessed Sunday.
Okay, take care, Fifi. Thank you for coming up, boo boo.
You're welcome, love.
Okay, bye bye. Okay, yeah, guys. I mean, that's just what I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not putting Ashley on a pedestal. I'm just saying, as someone who, like I said earlier, when I dropped my baby off, she was being breastfed, and I found out she was being given grits and eggs. Yeah, I wasn't happy. Okay, wasn't happy. Chewing on chicken bones and gnawing on sausage. Okay, she was supposed to be on breast milk. Okay, but they said she was hungry. And we all know breastfed babies will nurse more than bottle fed babies. Okay, well, formula fed, right? um you have to feed them sometimes twice as much. Okay, and people don't want to do all that because guess what, I am the mama. So that's my job. And it didn't bother me, but to someone who's got other kids to watch, yes, they and you have to feed them more and more and more. Yeah, they want to put something that's going to stay on their belly. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But that was the risk that I had to take when I dropped my baby off out of my custody. Was she harmed in any way? No, no. But I had to know that everyone's not going to do exactly what I want them to do. So I'm not saying Ashley was wrong to be upset. I think she definitely had a reason to be upset. Um, but I would have got all the way up in Jeremy's ass that he would have tasted me in his mouth. Okay. I would have gone from the back door all the way up into his nostrils. Okay. About how pissed I was. Yes, Raven Elise gets a bag and never really speaks on her baby. Not at all. So I don't know what's going on over there. The last situation that we kind of knew about with Raven was with her and the French guy, the guy she was dating like last year, the tall, skinny model dude or YouTuber. And I'm not sure what happened with that. But see, Chef Tony, um, Capricorn 14. Yeah, she runs a tight ship over there. All the shenanigans that Raven was up to before she got to a million, that stuff is dunzo. Okay. Chef Tony's not playing. And Raven wants those bags. Raven's serious about her channel and she treats it like a business. So, all the people that are out here who want to sit around and think that everybody needs to understand them and be their best friend, she's not treating they're not treating their channels like channels. Ashley, Ashley isn't a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? She's on YouTube because that's what you guys wanted. All the people that came through that wanted to support her, and that was beautiful. But I don't know that she's really into this whole YouTube thing. Um, I think she likes Instagram. I don't know if she likes TikTok, maybe Snapchat. I don't know. But I know she definitely does her Instagram, and that's what she's into. YouTube is a whole lotta, okay? And in this sector, a lot of what we do over here comes with the live streaming, lots of chatting, up close and personal contact with your subscribers, interfacing on Instagram, and a lot of different things. Some people aren't doing all that. Now, they may have a lot of other stuff that they have to do, but a lot of us communicate very heavily with our subscribers, and it's a lot of work. Make no mistake. Um, oh my God. Yes, absolutely. Yes, we know she's making a lot of money, period. Yeah, absolutely. And yes, and many more. Um, okay, I really like Raven. Yes. So yeah, that's what I have to say. I got too much. I mean, I'm not okay. So just a sneak peek, I did listen to Hazel yesterday. I like Hazel a lot. I do. I like her a lot. Um, when Hazel first came on the scene this time last year, I was like, I don't know. But now I understand that she's a very good supporter of people that she loves. She's going to ride with you till the wheels fall off. And the wheels fell off of the Ashley and Hazel train. And I think she's still a loyal friend. I think that maybe Ashley didn't really understand or appreciate the support that she had in her friend and needed to step up and take some responsibility for some things on her own. And unfortunately, that friendship was a casualty of it. So it's very sad that those two are not friends anymore. I hate to see that friend, because I think Hazel's mature and she's got a good perspective on some things. And it's unfortunate that these two could not, stay friends. I think it's very unfortunate. Um, Based on what Hazel says, I'm not going to say I'm team anybody. I'm not team anyone. I'm team Love Lies and Lacefronts. I watch it and I hear what I hear. And I think, promise ring. Who? Keisha's got a promise ring? A promise what? Promise I'm not going to cheat. Promise I'm going to marry you. Promise I love you. Promise I'm your baby daddy. What's the promise? What are the promises? Promise I'm going to marry you one day. Promise I'm not going to have you looking like a fool. Promise that we're family. I wonder what the promise is. What is the promise? I hope that they will be friends in the future. But sometimes again, friendships are reason or season, and maybe the reason and the season have both passed. I'm not really sure. Um, you know, sometimes people have very look. Hazel to me seems like the type of person that when she has an opinion and she feels a certain way, she's gonna let you how she feels, and that's that on that. And I'm not rocking with your decision. And if you can't make a decision on your own without someone being mad at you or feeling a certain way, like I would, it's hard. So it's like, how do you reconcile that when you got someone trying to tell you what to do, like ever so slightly? You know what I'm saying? And I think Hazel means it in all fairness and good, because I see Hazel as a mature woman. I think she's got a good head on her shoulders. I think that she's smart. I think that she sees things. I think a lot of different things. But I think that Lily probably is at a point in her life too where she wants to make some decisions. And as a friend, I just want you to back me up. I'm not going to always make the right decision, and I might not make the decision you want me to make, but as a friend, I want you to back me on it, please. You know what I'm saying? So I think just because I'm not doing what you ask me to do doesn't mean that I don't appreciate you as a friend. I'm just not doing what you asked me to do. I'm the one that laid down and had this baby, and I got to suffer the repercussions. You don't want me to have the baby around Jeremy. I get it, but that is his father. And I don't want to have to answer to my 18-year-old son as to why he doesn't know his family, even if his father was shitty. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot to ask someone to do when you know what having a father means to you. Now, I don't know Hazel's background like that. I guess I think I do. She told us some stories. So, yeah, and I'm thinking back about some of her story time, because I listened to many of them when she was in California with her brothers and sisters and stuff like that. Um, I think that these two women have grown up very differently. And I think that people will raise their kids how they want to raise them. And even our friends, even if we know that the situation is shitty, we've got to let grown up women be grown up women, guys. Look, Keisha's going to make her mistakes. Ashley's going to make her mistakes. Hazel's going to make her mistakes. At the end of the day, we never lose. We should always be learning from our mistakes and realizing sometimes that, you know what, I got to let people do what they got to do. Sometimes you got to take a good dose of mind my own fucking business. Okay. Sometimes you got to just let baby girl be grown. Okay. Sometimes you got to let the chips fall where they may. Sometimes you got to just go and take a dose of sit down and shut up. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what, I'm just listening today. I've given you my advice. Today I'm just going to listen, okay? Let people do them, because if people are always following directions of all the people that know so much better in their life, you're not giving people a chance to grow and use their own instincts to kind of be able to feel around a situation, to know what they should be doing and not doing. You have friends in your life who don't know what the fuck to do, period, ever, because they're always getting advice from someone else. Sometimes you need to let people fall a little bit. You know how your baby takes their first steps and you don't want to grab them. You just know you need to move those tables out the way, move the cords and the lamps, but let them take those steps and fall. Let them get back up on their feet and start walking and see that smile and see that laugh or see that cry. Let them figure it out. You don't have to make, this is what's problem with our world right now. We are too busy trying to make everything a fucking slam dunk. People need to fail. Keisha, let Jeremy fail sometime. Let him do what he does. Stop running around trying to make everything all neat and nice and tidy, because it's not. You're not fooling nobody. We see it's all your handiwork. But at the end of the day, girl, you're going to be real tired. I guarantee you, you are going to be tired. You're going to be eyes tired, girl. You're going to be tired. You're going to be tired. Okay? You don't want to be tired like that cuz as much as you don't want to get old, hun, it's not going to be kind on you. So if you want to preserve your young appearance, okay, you want to preserve that, stop running laps for this guy. Take your sneakers off, put your Louboutins on, and stop doing all this work for this man. You act like you're on his payroll, but the word on the street is he's on yours. But why are you doing all the running? Why are you doing all the capping? Why you got your cape on 24/7? Why you got to be superwoman all the time? I just don't understand how a man who knows his baby's mom doesn't want the baby on social media, especially yours, had the nerve to call her 3 times and think that that was a good idea. Like, he should have just told you no. But I think my gut tells me that you probably could be so freaking annoying that he just called just out of, could you please shut up? I don't get it. But anyway, guys, look, if no one else is going to call in, I appreciate you guys letting me sound off and give my commentary on this situation. Keisha, thank you again for the conversation, because these are real life situations. This isn't just about Keisha. This isn't just about Ashley. This isn't just about Hazel. We've seen friends break up, haven't we? We've had sisters that you fall out with. You've had friends that you fall out with. You've got friends that make one dumb decision after another, that do stupid stuff, that have a lame ass boyfriend or husband or whatever. This is real shit. This is stuff that goes on every single day. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is that we all can have opinions on this, and yeah, I just wanted to give my 2 cents on sounding off about it. Okay, look. Men are very bitter too, lint liquor, to your point. Absolutely. Men can be extremely bitter. And if Jeremy is becoming one of these bitter zaddies who is bitter because he feels like he doesn't get to see his kid enough, then you need to look at yourself and understand that you have a single mom who may not need your $500 or however much you're giving her, but that's money that could go into a bank account. That's money that can pay for a plane ticket. That's money that can be used in her household to take care of her child. Just because she's having a baby and she decided to have your baby doesn't mean that she should have to bear the full load of the expenses. When you decided to take the condom off, then you made a decision that you were going to potentially have a baby. And let's just say take the condom off more than once, because Ashley did disclose that there was more than one pregnancy, period. So you took the condom off. That's what you decided. So, oh well. And at the end of the day, that's your responsibility, sir. So you can be bitter all you want, but if you want to see your child, then you need to be a contributing parent and make sure that at least financially that this lady has what she needs. And maybe and if it yields that she has more than what she needs because she's able to make decent money, you still need to contribute to your son's well-being. Period. Whoever has too much money? Nobody has too much money. That's money she could put in some sort of an investment. If she has too much money and she has enough to put money up for her son's future or his college, you're not doing it. So don't count her coin. Just give her what she needs. Break her bread off and be done with it. Like, it's ridiculous. Anyway, yes, but men can be bitter, and I agree with you. She's already looking tired. She's got 4 kids because we know Jeremy isn't paying bills. Yes, and he's a whole man child. Absolutely. Um, thank you for that. Just Gabby, welcome to the chat. Chi-Town Fit Queen Keisha would benefit greatly from having a YouTube manager. She says she has one, but her YouTube manager needs to be fired. and a life coach. She desperately needs it. Keisha, yes, she needs a life coach. She needs several life coaches. She needs a life coach who is going to kind of just help her navigate, and she also needs a girlfriend to wife track. Okay, you need someone who can guide you on making the right decisions to not alienate yourself from the so-called man that you think you want to wife you up. But girl, let me tell you, there's a lot of women out here that think they want to get wifed up by someone, and once those papers are signed, you realize that you just fucked all the way up, especially when you're signing those papers to separate half of your bank account or half of your business, half of your assets, sell a house, and all of those things. Okay, girl, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. That's all I got to say on that, guys. Well, let me give Keisha. Girl, I got to give you a smack for that one. I'm so sorry. And guys, I know you're going to be mad at me, but I'm going to have to give Ashley one too for thinking that dropping your baby off with Jeremy and his fugazi girlfriend was a good idea. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Welcome back to Love, Lies, and Lacefronts, where we do reactions, reviews, and commentary on the YouTube channels you love to watch. Guys, are you subscribed to this channel? If you're not, you need to be. Hit your notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a video, when I go live, and drop another video for you. Also, follow me on Instagram. That way you can keep up with what I'm doing, okay? If you enjoy channels like this and commentary, consider becoming a member. Otherwise, guys, BougieGang Gang, it's an open thing. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel so you can participate in the chats. And I will see you next time I hit that live button. Okay? Take care. Bye. Hey guys, how are you?
You could be doing opposed to being on my page, bitch. Cause I ain't got nothing for you nothing ass bitches.
There's something in the air.